Welcome to EPG Pathshala. This is Dr. Ankush Ambardar from Department of Tourism and Hotel Management, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. Today, I'll be taking up a topic from the subject Tourism and Hospitality, Front Office Management, that is hospitality products and services. Well, in this unit, the students will be able to understand the concept of hospitality, the components of hospitality industry, and will describe various hospitality products and services. Even various reasons for growth of hospitality industry will be identified. Well, hospitality is one of the largest and fastest growing industries worldwide. Hospitality and tourism industry are interdependent. Like if somebody plan to travel, he or she always looks for the options like availability of accommodation and food at that particular place, which is the basic requirement for human survival. And in the same way, when somebody plans for an outing, he or she looks for a place which has some attractions. Generally, we can say hospitality is treating one in a way oneself wants to be treated. Hospitality is concerned with taking complete care of guest or traveler, including accommodation, food, beverage, entertainment, safety and security, and even customer or guest satisfaction. Hospitality services are used by tourists and locals as well. Generally, hospitality services are consumed at the same time it is produced and often combined with the values that are intangible in nature but of great importance for purchaser. Service includes those activities which provide monetary benefits but not always a physical product. On the other hand, products are tangible and can be divided into two forms. One is narrow form and the other is broad form. Hospitality uniqueness lies in the fact that it provides both products and services simultaneously. Service has four major components, which includes physical products, example food; service product, example plan for how food order is to be taken by the wait staff; service environment, example use of pressed and starched tablecloths and fine china and silverware; service delivery, example how the waiter actually takes orders. Hospitality products and services cannot be separated. Well, talking about concept of hospitality, services and products, hospitality, it is the act of kindness in welcoming and looking after the basic needs of guests or strangers, mainly in relation to food, drink, and accommodation. It refers to the relationship process between a guest and a host. It is the reception and entertainment of guests, visitors, or strangers with liberty and goodwill, as per Oxford English Dictionary. It is derived from the Latin word hospiter, meaning to receive as a guest. Well, talking about components of hospitality industry, this is a vast and complex industry which creates a lot of job opportunities, includes various locations globally, provides enormous entertainment activities, and expands itself in many economic brackets. There are five major components of hospitality industry, namely it's travel, lodging, assembly and event management, restaurant, and managed services. Well, talking about travel and tourism first. In 1977, Zalfrani defined tourism as the study of man away from his usual habitat of the industry which respond to his needs and of the impact that both he and she and the industry have on the host's socio-culture, economic and physical environment. Hospitality and tourism are inseparable as one travels to any place, anytime, for any reason, she will spend money on hospitality goods like food, shelter, etc. Traveling can generally be done for either pleasure or business. Pleasure or leisure are two words used for one type of tourism, which includes relaxing, taking vacations, spending more money on recreational activities, etc., without any business work intentions. Business traveling means when a person's main motive behind traveling from one place to another is business or work. Rarely, business travelers spend money on recreational activities. While traveling in between various destinations, a guest traveler experiences all four segments of hospitality industry. In case if he/she had a bad experience with any one segment, they will never visit that place again. Like this, it affects revenue generation. The only way to resolve this problem is that all four segments should work together for achieving on goal, that is customer satisfaction, by giving excellent services. Taking lodging first, it is a place provided for sleeping for one or more nights. It is also known as accommodation. Various options are available in this sector which entertains guests of different profiles. Example, hotels, motels, resorts, botels, youth hostels, budget hotels, etc. Lodging industry can be broadly classified into four main categories. That is free service hotels, limited service hotels, specialty accommodation, and institutional housing. Sectors into it, first is convention hotels. It is a hotel which caters to large group of people which have common interests. These hotels have large buildings with sufficient number of rooms to accommodate such gatherings. Luxury hotels. It caters to people with high economic status, provides best facilities and amenities. Products and services of their hotels are usually very expensive. They cater to both pleasure and business travelers. Resort hotels. Location has the major contribution in success of this type of lodging. It can be situated near some attraction like beaches, seashores, heritage buildings, or parks, etc. Extended stay hotels. It is a place where guests can stay for more than 5 days, or they can extend their stay as per requirement. Limited service hotels. It provides medium level services and facilities like swimming pool, restaurant, and in-room dining, etc., and charge lower price than luxury hotels. Breakfast may or may not be a part of their price. Budget hotels. These are best place for those who want to spend less on hospitality services. Lodges. These accommodations provide room and housekeeping facility to the guests and have approximately 10 to 100 rooms. Conference centers. Conferences are organized in these hotels specially designed for them only, and revenue is generated by catering to these guests. Hostels. Fulfill basic needs such as room, food and beverage, but does not provide housekeeping facilities. It is inexpensive. The duration of stay is always more. Bed and breakfast. More homely atmosphere is present in this type of accommodation. These are family-owned places and guests can interact to host family also. These are private houses which provide room and breakfast to the guest. Rooms can vary from 1 to 5 at single place. Campgrounds. Facilities like bathroom, water, and waste facilities may or may be present in this type of accommodation. It is located near the recreational activity area. Prices may or may not be taken per night. Dormitory. This is a big hall room in which beds are provided, which is not separated by walls. Bathrooms are available for sharing basis. This arrangement can be seen in colleges, universities, and private schools. Senior houses. These houses provide accommodation for old age person above 55. It could be an apartment, dorm, or a private home. Medical facility is one of the essential requirements of the old age. This industry is growing at a faster pace. It provides care for the aged person suffering from dementia and other illness and cannot be kept at home with their families. Now, recreation. So any visit to a particular destination which is purposefully done for rest, relaxation, and enjoyment comes under recreation sector. The purpose of recreation activities is to relax a person's body and mind. Recreation business can be categorized majorly in 4 segments, that is entertainment, attraction, spectator sports, and participatory sports. Entertainment includes movie shows, dance shows, concerts, live shows, etc. Attraction could be natural sanctuary, zoos, historical sites. The spectator games are those in which one sees other person playing a particular game, for example, football, cricket, kabaddi, baseball, basketball, etc. Participatory sports are those in which one yourself being a part of a game or activity like yoga, river rafting, etc. Restaurants and managed services. The food and beverage industry, also known as the food service industry, in this food and beverage are prepared and served to guests or consumers or even customers. This type of business can vary from small to large, casual to fine dining, expensive to cheap. Food and beverage catering business are of three types: commercial, non-commercial, and welfare. Commercial food and beverage service sector. So these are profit-oriented businesses. They compete for increasing the numbers of customers for their business. They provide world-class facilities to their guests. It includes all types of restaurants like fine dining, quick restaurants, bars, clubs, kiosks, etc. Now, quick service restaurants. They include the restaurant which provide convenient, fast and basic food which take less time for cooking and serving and charge less money from guests. Self-service is followed in this type of food and beverage service establishment. Quick service restaurants generally have few employees. It includes fast food, cafeteria, buffet, and carryouts. Street vendors would also be a part of this category of outlets. Full service restaurants. These restaurants provide seating space for guests and servers to serve food and beverage and clearance. They can be fine dining or casual dining. Fine dining restaurants have high number of staff to provide lavish facilities to guests and charge high prices also. One can have food prepared by a professional with rich experiences. Catering businesses. It provides food and service for a special event. It includes feeding large numbers of people at one time, and the guests may be offered a variety of items to choose from. Special events that utilize catering can be for business or social occasions like business meetings, receptions, award diners, holiday parties, weddings, proms, birthday parties, reunions, or charity events. Institutional food service. This includes provision of food and drink in an institution such as a school, hospital, assisted living community, military base, prison, or factory. Institutional catering customers generally do not have the time or ability to seek food in a commercial food and beverage service business. Welfare. In this time of food and beverage service business, organizations provide food and beverage free of cost or with the welfare intentions. Monetary gain is not a motive for this type of catering. For example, langars, destitute homes, religious congregations, etc. Assembly and event management. Meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions, or meetings, incentives, conferences, and events, MICE, is a type of tourism which caters to large groups, usually well planned in advance in context of accommodation, meal plans, meeting details, place, time, dates are brought together for a single purpose. Recently, meeting industry as a term is used more often for these types of gatherings to avoid confusion from the acronym. Meeting. It could be pre-planned or by chance. It is a condition in which a number of people come together at one place to discuss or conduct one particular activity. It can be conducted frequently or can be on an ad hoc basis or according to a set pattern. For example, annual general meetings, committee meetings, business meetings, etc. Incentive. It could be monetary or non-monetary reward that encourages a participant to perform better in future and is given on the basis of past performances. Conferences. It refers to a participatory formal meetings designed for discussion, fact-finding, problem-solving, and consultation. If we compare conference with a congress, a conference is normally smaller in scale and features which tend to facilitate the exchange of information. Frequency of conducting conference is not restricted. Conferences are conducted for limited time and to meet with specific objectives. Exhibitions. It refers to displaying art or things of interest publicly at one place like art gallery or museum. All of above mentioned meetings is not possible without hospitality services. For any meeting, you would require seating arrangements, food and beverage, and other technical support, etc. Some of the hospitality products and services. So all products can be touched, but services can only be felt or experienced. Services are the intangible economic product that involves human beings at both the ends, as provider and as the person who demands. They are perishable in nature because they can only be consumed at a particular time. They lack physical identity. No one can separate service and service provider. Services can be utilized only, it cannot be owned. Let's see it through an example. If you buy a ticket for watching a movie at the multiplex, it doesn't mean that you purchased the multiplex, but you have paid the price of availing services. Full participation of guest or customer is very necessary when the service is provided. Services cannot be easily evaluated as different servers provide same service but charges differently based on the method of providing services and other value parameters. Now, characteristics of services. The characteristics of services are seasonality, intangibility, perishability, inseparability, variability, and interdependence and high fixed cost. To remember the characteristics, mnemonic shift can also be used. First, intangibility. Services are described as intangible products, meaning that they cannot be experienced, seen, smelt, tasted, or touched before actual purchasing. Hotel, restaurant, or leisure products cannot be used by a consumer until they are purchased, whereas it is a completely different scenario in case of products like television, refrigerator, radio, etc. For example, they cannot stay overnight in a hotel and test out the rooms without being expected to pay first. It involves higher risk level from guest point of view because quality cannot be examined prior consumption. Proper information should be given to the guest, which helps them to take decisions regarding hospitality outlet as per their need and requirements. It becomes a challenge to provide appropriate information to a guest without raising their expectations too high and providing the same quality as promised, because failure to this leads to customer dissatisfaction. Perishability. Everyone in hospitality professional knows that you cannot sell last night's bedroom tonight. Hotels and restaurants have a limited number of rooms and seats available each day or night. It cannot be stored in warehouses like manufacturing industries products. That is why it is called perishable product. Managing the inventory is a critical issue identified by managers in optimizing guest satisfaction, sales, and profitability. In low season periods, additional sales can be generated by developing attractive promotions or packages. It is very essential to manage booking processes to achieve business balance. Inseparability. Guest presence is very essential to consume the hospitality product. The simultaneous production and consumption of services depends largely on the quality of hospitality employees. Guests are equally important part of the hospitality product as they can either enhance or spoil the atmosphere for other guests. It means that guests' interaction with hospitality staff and other guests provides a variety of opportunities and threats to influence guest satisfaction positively or negatively. Few ways to manage this inseparability problem is mentioned below. So ensuring that guests should be segmented on the basis of compatibility, ensuring that the operation system is suitable for the projected market demand, appropriate booking policies should be adopted. Effective queuing systems should be organized and managed time to time. Proper training should be given to staff members. Variability, the next factor. Hospitality operations suffer from considerable fluctuations in the standards of delivery of the service, partly due to inseparability characteristic, and it is called variability, and is influenced by human factors. Service providing process includes a high level of interaction between guests and staff, which is unavoidable. Indeed, every service performance is a unique event. It is difficult to standardize human behavior and attitude, because of which it is almost impossible to deliver a non-variable experience by the service providers. The difficulties arising out of variability are considerable. For instance, imagine that the same guest orders the same meal, which is cooked by the same chef and served by the same staff in the same restaurant at the same time of the week. The resulting meal experience can be very different from one week possibly perfect to the next possibly disastrous. Due to globalization, some guests have high knowledge about the wine and food. These expert guests' meal experience definitely varies from a guest with less knowledge. It becomes critical to deal with such expert guests. Interdependence. One trip finalization is followed by many purchase decisions like travel arrangements, accommodation, attraction, and availability of facilities at a destination. They are interdependent as one decision leads to another decision, like first of all, one person decides where he wants to go on a trip. Then he will decide where he will stay, what he will eat, recreational facilities available there or not. It is in the hand of the budget and so on. Hotel sale is directly affected by tourist choice of other tourism products. Destination marketing organizations should work together with local government and tourism authorities to promote demand for tourism in their own particular area. It will automatically increase demand for hospitality products also. Next is high fixed costs. Hospitality industry is capital, labor, and energy intensive. Usually, hospitality organizations have high property costs and high employment costs, including full-time and part-time employees. These costs do not change regardless of the customer footfall. During low demand of services, fixed cost interrupts the profitability of the business. Sometimes, companies even need to generate sales to meet these fixed costs only. Now, the characteristics of products. Guest satisfaction. The main feature of product is that it should be capable of satisfying the needs and requirements of the buyers. This satisfaction should be both real and psychological. Tangible attributes. Products should be present in physical form, which can be seen and touched. It is a combination of physical features like mirror, wood, metal, plastic, which have particular length, weight, size, shape, etc., and specific functions, example, room, food, television, clothes, etc. Life cycle of the product. This is a vital characteristics of any product. It includes 5 stages named as introduction, growth, maturity, saturation, and decline. Like this, passing from each stage, a product completes its life cycle. Brand name. Branding plays an important role, as many hospitality products are known by their brands only, like Bukhara Restaurant of ITC Moria, Oberoi Group Hotels, Taj Hotels, etc. Satisfaction of business needs. Product creates satisfaction for guest and owner, business organizations both by fulfilling their needs. Intangible attributes. It includes services, transportation, insurance, storage, recreation, etc. Now, components of hospitality products. Well, 5 different components of hospitality products areas are as follows. The core product, it is the basic benefit that a guest receives from a hospitality product. Example, a hotel provides place to sleep and the restaurant satisfies the needs to eat and socialize. Facilitating product. These are those products which must be present for the guest to use the core product. It could be a basic room for staying purpose or food in case of restaurants. Tangible product. It is the physical explanation of the basic hospitality product. Example, a standard hotel room with television, telephone, air conditioner, geysers and washrooms charged for Rs 5,000 per night. Supporting products. These are those products which are offered to increase the value of basic products and to make it unique. Augmented products. It includes all the services and products which are very useful in enhancing the quality of products with or without additional charges. Now, reasons for growth of services in India. The economic development of the society and the socio-cultural changes that occurs because of that can help in discovering the reasons behind the growth of service industry. The main reasons are economic affluence, changing role of women, cultural changes, information technology revolution, development of markets, market orientation, economic liberalization, rampant migrations, export potentials. Well, to summarize the chapter, hospitality is a very old concept which starts within our homes and now it becomes one of the vast sectors in itself. Hospitality is conducted at everywhere from tourism, travel, recreation, restaurants to exhibitions and so on. It fulfills basic needs and gives moments to remember. Hospitality products and services can only be consumed side by side or simultaneously. These are combination of tangible and intangible aspects, perishable, inseparable from host and guest. Wide variety is available dependent on each component of hospitality sector, that all products can be touched or seen, but the services can only be felt or experienced. Hospitality is expanding globally. Various factors that are contributing in growth of hospitality industry include change in government regulations, globalization, pressure on different firms, women empowerment, service quality movement, etc. Thank you for watching EPG Pathshala. This was Dr. Ankush Ambardar from Kurukshetra University.